Alright, so something I've been thinking about for a while is like, I miss when grocery stores actually accepted cash at self-checkout. Like, I know this is such like a particular thing, right? But hear me out on this. Like, you know how as a kid you would basically just be living off of like a certain amount of money each year that you could actually like have to yourself? It's like me personally, I would have like maybe $200 a year that I get from like birthdays and Christmas and stuff that I can spend on like dumb shit like, well, like Pokemon cards and like whatever else, right? So it's like, basically you're kind of left to your own vices and like figuring out how you can like finesse your parents or anybody else for just a little bit of money, like, like trying to get money out of like doing chores around the house and shit. If you like the people from my school, you'd like make fake Pokemon cards and try to sell it and shit. But something that I really liked is like every time that I go to the grocery store with my parents, I'd always be checking like the cash dispensers and shit. I'd always been doing this, even at like vending machines and stuff. I'd like putting codes on ones that I'm walking by just to see if they'd actually like give you something, right? So this was like no different with these fucking machines, right? It was like every time at the grocery store, every time we was at checkout, I'd be like looking around everywhere because like people would like be dropping quarters and like toonies and loonies and shit on the floor, and like I'd just like get on the ground and pick these up. Like I'd dead ass be like army crawling around trying to find little fucking change on the floor like I was some sort of crackhead or something. Like this shit like predating me being a meth head already or something. But anyway, I mean, most of the time you only find like $1, but like there were times where people would leave whole ass 20s in there or like 10s and 5s and stuff, and like every time that happened, it's like the best day of the year. It's like fucking Christmas came early, yo. It's like, yeah, I remember one time, like, because, you're supposed to, like, return the money if you see it. Like, it's just, like, moral dichotomy if you see a child, like, basically just stealing $10, like, what you gonna do? Now, me personally, like, child finds $10, like, that's his now, Like, I ain't gonna interfere with that at all, but it's like, I remember this one time specifically, I found like a 10 and a 5 in the cash dispenser, and I took it, and this fucking mom came up to me and started yelling at me about how like that shit wasn't mine and I needed to return that, and she like yanked it out of my hands, and I almost started crying in the middle of the stairs, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, this place, like, I ain't one for crying in public, but that's a fucking huge defeat, especially when you losing $15 when you fucking 10 years old is like losing like $10,000 as an adult, But I say like throughout the years, I probably made like a good $200 doing this, and like it wasn't at the grocery store even. Like, I remember before I had like laundry machines in my house, like we go to the laundromat and I'd be trying to like fish out the change that was like in the washers and dryers because there were like holes in the machines. And like people obviously leave their change in their pockets sometimes, right? And so like I'd be trying to like get magnets in there to try to like fish out the loonies and shit that I find in the machines, and like I tried beating the shit out of like the quarter dispenser so many times because like there was like nobody there most of the time, so I'd like be absolutely ramming this fucking thing trying to break it open so I could get all the money in it. And like I don't even know how my parents let me do that shit. No, it's because like the laundromat was so fun as a kid because like I remember I had like step siblings and shit, or like like my dad and I are just chilling there, and then there's like some like mom and her kid that my dad's trying to chat up or whatever, right? So like we'd like go like fuck around in like those carts that they got where you like bring your clothes around and stuff, and like push each other around in that shit all day. We could do that shit for hours, I swear. Like that and beating up the change machine was like probably some of my favorite pastimes as a child, for real. Ain't no way, dude. Ain't no way. First box hit.